All right, and a warm welcome back. This is Easy Friday Business. Take it away, Karen.
Now, SACCOs will now be required to meet tough conditions before they issue dividends and interests in a bid to address liquidity problems affecting the sector.
Well, Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya has directed the Sacco Societies Regulatory Authority to take tough measures for any Sacco that pays dividends or interest before making sufficient surplus and meeting the capital adequacy requirements and provisions for statutory reserves.
Statistics from the Sacco Societies Regulatory Authority, SASRA, indicate that Kenya's top Saccos paid out a record 47 billion shillings in dividends in the 2024 financial year. These dividends were paid out despite many of these Saccos taking a hit following the theft of billions of funds invested at the Kenya Union of Savings and Credit Cooperatives. The report shows that Saccos are owed in excess of 3.4 billion shillings by various institutions in unremitted deductions, affecting more than 55,000 members. To address the ongoing liquidity problems in the industry, the government has issued a raft of guidelines in payment of interest and dividends.
No Sacco shall be allowed to borrow from external sources to pay dividends, and henceforth any Sacco intending to procure an external loan must obtain written approval.
The new measures require Saccos to pay dividends and interests once they have made sufficient surplus, met the legal capital adequacy ratio, and provisions for statutory reserves.
Saccos are for service entities, and the key service offered are promotion of savings and credit, and not unsustainable dividends and interest.
The move is likely to cause an uproar among Sacco members who rely on dividends and interest payouts for reinvestments. Speaking at a special general meeting for United Sacco, Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya has directed the Sacco Societies Regulatory Authority to ensure the requirements are strictly adhered to. Oparanya has also warned Saccos not to borrow from external sources in order to pay dividends, adding that any Sacco intending to procure an external loan must obtain written approval from the Commissioner of Cooperatives, subject to compliance with the prescribed ratios.
We welcome those reforms. Most of the reforms he mentioned, fortunately as Uniters, we are already past that threshold. We have already put in place mechanisms.
Alan Auko, Easy Friday.